The Economy League is a 101-year-old public policy and economic development research and convening organization. We focus on three big areas. We do regional strategic planning, we do civic consulting projects with partners from all across the region, and we do leadership engagement. Today's event was to help us get input on the scenarios that we've developed and to identify what the priorities should be as the region moves forward. In this process, we are using a process called scenario planning to help frame the decisions that we have to go through. We have four different scenarios. The first is one called the Global Village. The Global Village is a world where some of the things we're seeing in the world right now, where China, India, South Africa, Brazil have emerged as the leaders of the global economy. The U.S. Remains economically stable, but not the leader in innovation or in the development of new products. Still a great market for those countries, but what we see is an economy dominated by the rest of the world. Second scenario is one called Tight Belts. Tight Belts is a very different world. It's a world where probably if you were to imagine the economy of the past 3 years continuing for the next 15 with little growth, with little opportunity, where power remains overseas and government resources, corporate resources are very limited in terms of what their ability to do. Third scenario is one we call America in the driver's seat. America in the driver's seat is a return to American dominance of the global economy, fueled by discovery of natural resources, oil in Alaska, natural gas in Pennsylvania and other parts of the Northeast, but where America once again has the leadership and dominant role in innovation, in development of new products and new ideas. And then the final scenario is one called Partners in Hard Times. In this case, those emerging economies we talked about earlier haven't done as well and are struggling. And as a result, those marketplaces that we thought were going to fuel our growth and our innovation aren't there. That requires the U.S. to take leadership in the development of global solutions to some of the world's great problems, but also given the fact that resources are tight and energy is expensive, we have to develop new ways of doing business here and abroad. And today we asked our participants to help us in two different ways. First, we just asked them to very quickly look at the four scenarios and help us help identify which one was most likely. And the thing you find out with that is that in each of them, it's very hard to determine which is most likely. All four of these scenarios are possible, but not certain. And in each of them, regions like Greater Philadelphia could be very successful or not, depending on how we make our choices in investment. We ask them then to focus on some key success factors for our region, no matter how the world might develop. Those success factors include elements like business creation and entrepreneurship, education and talent development, global connections, higher education, infrastructure, and public safety. Given all of those factors, what we asked folks to do at their tables was to be regional entrepreneurs or regional investors and to invest up to 100 units in one of those areas as the key points towards collective action to make Greater Philadelphia a world-class region. So the table conversation focused on that. Each person allocated their dollars, had a chance to discuss why, and then were able to reallocate at the end. Josh, you had a conversation going on, and I think there was a wild card raised in your group as well.
I can say as we put these futures together, it was something we discussed very often, and that may be our number one wild card that's come up across the tables.
What we found with these roundtables are they're a great help to us in that we make sure that it's not just our ideas, but it's ideas collected from a broad group of people representing various different sectors. That's what we really achieve with these events is that input and that perspective that comes from experience, from being in the trenches, and from the activities that our participants undertake. We've found Alter Hall and the Fox School of Business to be great partners in undertaking this event. The room, the MBA Commons, has one of the best views of the city, really gives a chance for people to be inspired by what this city and what this region can be. And we've found the partnership and relationship with Temple to be of real value to the Economy League.